Hey, now is Anthony with A&A Professional Services, and before we start this video, go ahead and join the New Wave Facebook group. The link will be in the description and in the comment section. How to start a mobile car detailing business. Now, for a lot of people, this can be difficult because for the most part, most of us have a hard time just starting. We're waiting for the right equipment. We're waiting for the right moment. We're waiting for a water tank. We're waiting for a pressure washer. We're waiting for a generator. I mean, we got so many things in the way before we can go out there and get started. A lot of times we're thinking about the products and the equipment, but we're not also focusing on customers. You're gonna need a multitude of things to get started. You're gonna need equipment, you're gonna need chemicals, and you're gonna need customers. Me personally, I think the most important part is that you're gonna have to get customers. But there's also another important part is you must know how to complete a detail. Now, if you know how to detail your own car, you can pretty much just start with that skill level. You gotta pick a package that you know that you can do, at least complete one basic package, a standard package, inside and out, something. And you can go ahead and just start with that. Doesn't have to be all fancy. You don't have to get your LLC yet. You don't have to get a bank account yet. You just want to see if you can complete a car, if you can get a real customer, someone you don't know, and detail their vehicle and get paid for it. You want to see if you can do that multiple times. Once you save enough money, then you can go start buying your steamers, your high-end pressure washers, or your chemicals, or whatever the case may be, or you can just start with what you already have. Most of us already have chemicals and products and equipment and stuff at our home, so we can just start with that, build our business from that, and then eventually upgrade. Now, in the beginning, you're going to be in the hustling stage, and that's when you take just about anything. When I started, I was doing cars for 25, 30 bucks. I mean, I didn't care how dirty they was, how filthy they were. I was getting them in and out. I mean, you're going to work from sun up to sundown. You're going to start about 7 o'clock in the morning, and you're probably going to work to 10 o'clock at night. And at some point, you're going to realize, man, I'm not making enough money. The amount of work, the amount of hours you're putting in, the money ain't gonna match. But a lot of us go through that hustling stage. Some of us, like myself, didn't have a mentor that can tell them, what to charge, what to do, how to get customers, and that you're just trying to figure it out. Actually, a lot of people quit during this stage. A lot of mistakes are made because you just simply don't know. But I did get a lot of cars in. I mean, it got to the point where it didn't matter how filthy the car was. I was able to get that car clean. And back then, I didn't have the drill brush. I didn't have a steamer. I didn't have an air compressor. I didn't use compressed air. and I was still getting those cars clean. And that really built my confidence up. It didn't matter what problem I was faced with, I was gonna get good results. So my confidence was high. Also, I knew how to deal with customers. I dealt with so many people because at $20, $30 a car, I was doing, 15, 20 cars a week. And I was just running across a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities. And I just started getting better and better at dealing with people, explaining my prices, explaining the process. So it prepared me for the next level. You don't have to start off at this level. You don't need to charge $20, $30 a car. There's a lot of information out there. Now, some of this information wasn't available to me in 2012. Now, here in 2023, approaching 2024, there are a lot of detailers like myself that's putting their experience out there, that's putting their mistakes out there. Now, you don't have to follow the mistakes. You can avoid the mistakes by listening to our mistakes and not doing the same thing. You can start your packages at $100, $200, $300. You don't have to take the same road that we did. You can take a different road. There's no cookie cutter approach to starting a detail business, but you must get started. You must get in the game. The sooner you start, the better off you will be, the more you will learn. I'm giving you my experience so you can get out there and start. I'm giving you an idea of what it will be like. It may not be exactly like mine, and I don't want it to be. I started doing these videos over 8 years ago just to give you guys an insight on what I'm going through. But the next stage for me was I raised my prices. I started to get better equipment because I was getting more work and it made sense. I got better equipment so I can be more efficient. Got my hands on a drill brush, an air compressor, a steamer, and other things just to offer more services. I raised my prices, and when I raised my prices, I started getting a lot of no's. At $20, $30, everybody said yes. But when I started telling people $175, $200, $300, I started to get a lot of no's. I started to get, let me check with my husband. I'll call you back. Let me check a few things out and I'll get back with you, and I'll never hear from him. And then you start to think, oh man, did I make a mistake? Now, I did say a lot of people quit at that first stage, but this is where a lot of people really quit. At the stage where they raise their prices for the first time. When you start trying to get $100, $200, $300, you're gonna get a lot of no's, but it's okay. Because at $20, you did 10 cars to make $200. But now you're charging $200 for one car. You only need one to make $200, not 10. So just be patient. You're gonna get a lot of no's. Don't focus on the no's, focus on the yeses. The most important thing is to start. And once you get started, you start getting those small wins. You start accomplishing those small goals. And you just keep going and keep going. It's gonna get hard, but don't quit. The more you accomplish, the more your confidence will grow. And when your confidence grows, you start to know the right answers. You start to know what questions to ask. You start to know what equipment to buy. You start to know what you need and you don't need, but you gotta start. Thanks for watching. Shouts out to the new wave. Peace.